they raise their children to feel superior, and that's the history they give them. And I was given a different history. One of the things that caught me when I was doing the Tamika Fest and I did the Henny and Poetry interview with Nyla and Divine Rhymes was the question of my upbringing and my understanding of history from the time I was a really young child, and how different that is, or how different that might be for the people who listen to me. And I was raised with an understanding of the majestic nature of Black people. I understand the empires of Canaan, Bornu, Ghana, Mali, Songhai, of Kemet, of a lot of our conquests, a lot of what we've done to just change the world. You know, the Zulu nations, Abyssinians, the Kush. So I grew up in a household with tons of books. Right? My mother and my father weren't together when I grew up, by the time I was 3, 4, 5, but the books were there. So a lot of those books were books that he left. And as I started learning to read, so before I learned to read, my mother read the books to me. And then when I learned to read, I could read them by myself. And she was a single mother, so I was home alone a lot. Just me and those books and the records. So the records of Malcolm X and of Gil Scott-Heron, of the last poets, of Oscar Brown Jr. And I learned a lot. And I think that the difference is having come from that situation, I got a view of our history that a lot of people didn't have from a young age. White people have a Eurocentric view of history, things that they actually did to other people in the Congo, for instance, like in the book, The Heart of Darkness, or things that they did in America when they were scalping the Indians, and it wasn't the other way around. They changed it for their history books. And then in the end, 90-something% of my listeners were given the other history. They were given a history where someone else was superior, while I was given something different. They will have to then reframe themselves from a perspective of viewing their Blackness in a way which they were never intended to view it.